What's going on, everybody? It's your boy here, Merkzilla, back with another episode of your Daily Fortune Cookie Review, episode 92 for April the 2nd, 2021. Y'all know the drill, so let's do the deal and get to cracking. Your fortune for today is, watch your relationships with other people carefully. Be reserved. Is this fortune trying to warn us about something? I think this is pretty reasonable advice. I do think that it definitely applies to more when you first meet people, because you don't want to just totally be all yourself, because you don't know how they're going to react, especially if you're kind of wild like me as far as the shit I say and the shit that comes out of my mouth. You know, I definitely have to use a filter around new people, and that's just the way I've always been. You know, I'm usually pretty quiet, which I talk a lot. Like I run my mouth nonstop. People probably fucking hate it. But if I don't know people, I'm really quiet, and that's how you know. Or if I'm the new guy somewhere, I'll start out really quiet, but once I get to know everybody and I know who and what I could say, you know, the shit that comes out of my mouth, then I get more comfortable and I open up. It's not until I know if I could trust people, say dumb shit in front of them, and they're not gonna, you know, go cry to the boss because I cussed or whatever, you know. So I think it's pretty good advice. It almost is kind of a warning, right? I think this is pretty solid advice. I'm gonna give it a 6 today. I think it's something that we could all use in our lives, and some of us already do as a defense mechanism. Like I said, when I first meet people, I'm pretty quiet and I talk a lot. Like, if you know me and my friends and family know me, they're like, yeah, he doesn't shut the fuck up. Like, we have to fucking put food in front of him to shut him up, or otherwise he just keeps talking. That's how I got this beautiful figure I got, all right? This dad bod. Dad bod was well earned, all right? All right, now let's get into the in-bed scale. Watch your relationships with other people carefully. Be reserved in bed. My mind instantly goes to, like, just watching your partner masturbate. Like, well, you know what? I'm gonna hang back on this one today. You know, you just kick back. I don't know. That's just where my mind goes. Obviously, I don't think this is necessarily the same as the regular version, because I hope you're not just sleeping with people as soon as you meet them. I'm hoping that you know, are connecting and forming a bond with that person, and not just willy-nilly dilly-dallying, you know, with whoever. Which, hey, I mean, if that's what you want to do, you're your own master, all right? Do what you want, but, you know, I'm not going to hate you for it or like you for it. I'm going to be indifferent about it. But for me personally, that's just not my style. But I wouldn't mind watching my partner, you know, do their thing. I mean, that could be hot, you know, and who knows, you know, might lead to some more adventurous stuff. You never know, all right, until you try. But I almost think, too, when it comes to relationships, that this may or may not be, like, the opposite advice to give in some ways, I think. Because if you're going to, like, build a long-lasting relationship with somebody, wouldn't you want them to know everything about who you are? You wouldn't want to hold stuff back and be very reserved, at least, especially in the beginning. I mean, obviously, first impressions, you know, can make or break a relationship. And I'm not necessarily talking about the very first time you meet, but, you know, if you've been dating for a month or a couple months or maybe even a year, I don't know, holding your cards close to the vest in that case and not letting them know anything about you, I think could be more detrimental than it is good for the relationship. That's just my opinion, though. Maybe you guys have had different experiences. If you have, let me know in the comments down below. Did it work out or what? You know, I would love to know. Because like I said, I feel like this one can almost go the opposite. Now, let's go ahead and get into rating this in-bed scale. I would say I don't know. Like I said, I'm kind of conflicted here. I do think that it's good advice, but I think it's like the opposite. Like I said, I mean, you don't really want to be out there your first time you meet somebody and just sleeping with them immediately. That's kind of the opposite of what the fortune says, right? Like, that's not being reserved if you're sleeping with them. So maybe in that sense, maybe it is a good thing. Maybe I just misread it. But I'm going to go ahead and rate this one at a 6.5. I still think it's good advice. I just don't know if you necessarily need to follow it at a certain time period or time frame. Like I said, I think there's a time and a place to be reserved. Maybe that first night, you know, first date or whatever, then you should be a little reserved. Same thing in normal, you know, life, you know, whether it's your first day on the job or first week, whatever, you be a little reserved. Don't totally be yourself, because you're not sure how people are going to react to your sense of humor or any of your other sensibilities that you have in life. You know, it's good to keep those things in mind and not ruin any kind of first impressions or any kind of business or personal relationships. But what do you guys think? Did I rate these ones too high? Too low? Why don't you let me know in the comments down below. Well, there's another episode, boys and girls, ladies and gents, in the books. Thank you for joining with me and experiencing this fortune today. I love all the comments we're seeing, and I can't thank you guys enough for, you know, sticking with me. We're on month 4 now. Can you believe it? we're almost to our 100th episode. I don't know if I'm going to do anything special for the 100th episode. I feel like this isn't a normal show, so a 100th episode really isn't that big of a milestone per se, but who knows? Maybe we'll do something for it. I got a few days to kind of figure that shit out. But yeah, with that being said, if I can get you to smash that fucking like button for me, okay? Turn it blue, okay? And then I need you to hit the subscribe button and flick the bell so you don't miss any notifications, because I do post daily. And as always, if I touch you inappropriately, give me a share. Really helps out. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace! And I think I'm going to redo this because I was all blacked out there for a second. So, take motherfucking 2.